Some compressors have a feature that could be very useful, the high-pass filter. It's a particular case of sidechain because the high-pass filter allows us to filter out the low frequencies of the signal controlling the compressor. So, using the high-pass filter allows to exclude the low frequencies from the compression circuit, and that prevents the compressor from overreacting to the low information like kick or bass. For example, this is the spectrum of a mix bus. As we can see, the loudest parts are in the lows below 250 Hz. If we decide to put a compressor on this mix bus, that could be a problem. Remember that the compression starts as soon as the volume of the signal crosses over the threshold, so here to start compressing the mids and the highs, we need to set the threshold very low. And at that point, the low frequencies will already be compressed a lot, and that can make the sound unnatural, inconstant and heterogeneous. If we turn on the high-pass filter, the lows will be excluded from the compression circuit, and now we can adjust more precisely the threshold and have more control over the mids and the highs. For example, on this mix, when we look at this EQ to visualize the frequency distribution, we see that the lows are louder than the rest. Now I applied compression on the full mix in order to glue the mix. Let's listen. As we can see, I adjusted the usual controls, attack, release, threshold ratio, and compensated with the makeup gain, and we get a pretty aggressive amount of compression. Now let's listen again, focusing on the lows, and we're gonna see that when the kick hits, we notice like a pumping effect on the track, as if the kick were ducking a bit the other sounds during a short lapse of time. Every time the kick hits, there is like a pumping effect we can feel on the whole track. That could be the result we want, but if we want a more natural sound, we can use the high-pass filter, thanks to which we can filter out the low frequencies from the detection circuit of the compressor. Here let's set for instance 100 Hz. And now the lows won't dominate the compressor anymore, we will have more control over the quieter frequencies like the mids and the highs, and we will have a more natural sound after we adjust again the controls a little bit. The high-pass filter is often used on the bus of instruments, or on the mix bus, or on signals containing loud low frequencies, and where we don't want these low frequencies to pump the compressor. So every time we hear that the compressor pumps because of a kick or a bass, we can use a compressor with a high-pass button in order to filter out these frequencies from the detection circuit and have a more natural sound. And don't forget that the high-pass filter is applied on the detection circuit of the compressor, not on the output signal.